I have to say that the end result of this was absolutely outstanding, and we sit many a morning now just watching it bubble over. This is just a little process speeded up to show you what we had to do. We had a step down onto the grass that had been left from when we did the cabin, the pottery cabin. So we decided to make another step, which would mean that the water feature can be in the corner, and it make a sort of 3-level, and that works. So this is us just getting it cut out, getting the grass cut out, and then putting a sleeper in this section that we fixed down with quick drying cement powder. You'll see me get a hose pipe in a minute when it's in, and that is to secure it in place. Okay, so that's me now putting the powder down and then fitting it in and watering it. So that's done. Then we've jumped forward a bit. So we're going to put the water feature in this corner. So I initially, what we're doing now is going to make that corner up with the sleeper, make a right angle to hold in some stone to hold the water feature in place. The underneath the water feature is basically a well that will hold the water. We're going to take the electric from in the pottery shed. Just cutting that out so that we can, we won't stick this one in, but we just wanted to make sure that the wood was level before we put it in. I put some stone in there and then realised that I'm pushing the unit up. So I decided to pull it all out, back out the way, and then put a bit of sand down to get level, and then fill the unit up with water so that then when we put the soil in, the stone in, it just sits level, and that works for us. So far so good. So the next bit is we're going to bring in hardcore for the floor. Just get it, just putting a bit more around the unit, but hardcore for the floor, before we then will bring in, we bought some pebbles, some small pebbles, cobbles, that we walk on, and put some slabs down as well. So that, when we've finished this levelling out and adding the pebbles on, we'll put a bit of matting in there to stop any weeds coming up. There's the pebbles going in now. And to finish it off, we had some little slabs laying around in the garden. Cleaning them off. Right, so now we are ready to consider how to do the water feature. I couldn't get the pebbles I want. I want to get black shiny pebbles for around the bottom of it, but that doesn't mean to say that now we can't get the pump working. I'll have to feed that through to the pottery shed, get the pump working, and just try and get my head round how it will look when it's actually got some movement. It's not in the sun there. It's not something we thought about actually, and that's a shame because it would have glistened, but c'est la vie. Okay, so I don't know how many of you know that we own a reptile shop. I have said this before, but we've got one of our reptile shops has fish systems and pond fish. So we're very fortunate to have obviously all the kit that we need. Pontec is an OASE make, and this is the pump that we looked up that has the ability to turn the pressure down. Because clearly what I do want is in fact it's a really good diagram here on this. What I actually want is for it to bubble over the top and then disperse down the sides. Now I've made the hole 25mm before I fired it, which means I've got a 20mm hole. This is a 20mm pipe. I think that's going to be tight. That might be a problem for me. If I heat this up, maybe I can push it through and then slice this off, and actually have quite a tight seal. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment. So the good thing with all OASE thing is you get 10 metre of wire, and really all it is a little pump. That's all it is. And we have a way of choosing how much water by the looks of it on a dial. It's actually got a dial 3, 4. That's good. So we've got 1 to 4 on the ability of the power that's coursed through there. So that helps us a lot. It's very simple. Need a plug, Mr. Hook? I haven't got a plug. So I think Rachel has sorted this out. So this bit will go on here.
No.
Hello?
I know you said but
I can steal one.
Find one.
But I can find. That's not a very tight join there onto it, but so we've allowed ourselves enough. So before I put that on there, what we want to have a look at is how we do the top part of it. Once we know how this will work, I can look at how to fix this together to make it safer, because and work more on getting the level. I've started to make my next pond feature for a gentleman that has asked me to make him one, and I've made the bottom piece a lot better, and I've been looking at the levels more. So what we have here is the hole in the bottom of this is 20mm. So as you can see, I mean, if I go that way, you can see it's very close. I'm going to go to the kettle and see if I can get that on there. So you can see it's very close, but it might not work. So I'll be back in a minute. So with a bit of force, managed to heat that up and get it through, and then I've cooled it back down again. So this has gone rigid, and the this is not pliable anymore. And then what I'm going to do is cut this off and see if it falls back out again. So now I'm hoping that is stuck in there. We've not got any hose pipe showing. So we've done that bit, which is good news. I think Anthony's still trying to find a plug. So just, oh, it's fell back out again. Okay, so that isn't going to be a total solution. Rethink. Wonder if I need to silicone it in or something from the bottom once I've done it. But this is wet inside now where I've checked. Okay, rethink. This, there's a bit of dirt in here. It shouldn't really be in here. That's not going to help me. I might clear the water out of this first now, wipe it out and put fresh water in that hasn't got any of this rock stuff in it, because all that is going to do is be sediment, and we don't want that in the top of the going in the pump. It goes in the pump, we're done. Okay, so we recapped again. It's back in here now. We've got this on here. We're saying we've got to, because we've got to change the settings, we've got to be able to lift the whole structure up to get the right setting in the pump. So that's the plan. So this will be pushed onto the pump. The wall, it will come through that down there. And that's pushed to the bottom. Okay, that then will have that on there, and that's sitting like that. That through the hole in the pottery. Where are you going to go in? Huh?
I'm going to go in. Well, it's going to come about here.
Right. Let's see how. Yeah, we had rain the other day that was all dirty rain. I don't think this is going to be as easy as we think.
Oh,
I think this is going to be a nightmare. So how would you've got to think about this in the future? How would you? So that gets fed all the way.
Oh, by figures.
Yeah. I don't want to be any harder than that, does it? It's at the moment it's yeah. See, at the moment this is forcing that to the left.
Well, come and stick here. Just like.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah. This is great.
I realise it's in the shade in that corner, but in the morning it'll be in the sun, won't it? Later in the day it'll be in the sun, maybe. No. So in an ideal world, I wanted to cut the top of that off, but I don't know how you can. I can cut it down a bit. If you switch it off, I can just cut it a little bit off. It wants just a bit. Do you want to try it? At the moment, it's not.
Doesn't look bad. You can't be careful being over. Yeah, that's what
Yeah, but I think if I just cut this back bit off.
Yeah.
At
Yeah,
the
you don't need
moment.
to switch it off here.
See what you're getting at. Well, I can't see it properly, but.
I'll switch it off.
There you go.
There you go.
I don't know where that went, but.
Dropped it all the way down and then give it back.
We'll just turn it off and see what we've actually got there now. Let me, let's just have a look.
Do I need little hooks or anything to do?
That's
these
great,
trees?
isn't it?
Or we're just going to put them in today
So we
and
put-
then bend them.
Oh, let's do that in a sec. Let's just finish my video off. So there you are, guys. Going to get the black pebbles, black shiny pebbles for the bottom. I've got to source those. I have seen them on Amazon, but they're like glass pebbles. That's what I want. And that was on setting 1. So if anybody feels the need that they want one of those sending in the post, talk to us. We could probably get them out to you. Because that really works well, and the fact we set that on the slowest power, I think it's perfect. Right. Oh. There you go. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'm chuffed to bits with this. As I said, a friend of mine has asked me to make him one for his front garden, actually, where he's got a beautiful pond with a glass framed area. So it's going to be wonderful. And I think I'm going to make it better than this. I learnt a lot, especially with this bottom one and the size and how I needed to let it dry out. And what works really well now is the way that yeah, exactly.
Shimmers.
That I've done obviously underneath the black mat, so that's working well, isn't it?
Anyway,
Do you know what it needs? It needs a spotlight at night now.
Yeah, it does, yeah. Well, it's got those things there, hasn't it?
Well, yeah,
You
I
may
could
put
put 4 around it so
Yeah.
that you actually have light.
That might be lovely.
Yeah. So I've got
Try
this.
that
I've got
later.
this.
Where are they?
They're in there. They just
Where
want.
they should be out in the sun, getting a charge.
Yeah, they could do.
Later.
Okay, well, looks like that was a success. So yeah, I'll show you it when it's all finished. But yeah, chuffed to bits. Speak to you soon. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. So pleased. How fabulous is that? And absolutely wonderful. Right, good news. We've got all the black pebbles through. I don't know if we're keeping these where they are for the minute, but we can keep them for the second. So we've got 25 kilos of black pebbles. I'm just wondering whether there's going to be enough there. I wanted my husband to empty it out for me, but he's not here. So. Near enough for there. I might have to there you go. How does that look? It's nice, doesn't it? Let's have a look. There you go. We'll give them a wash and they'll be brighter, I think, but that's nice. It's all done.